Welcome to Watching the Horizon. I'm Jake. I'm talking to you today because I had a conversation with a couple, a friend of ours. They are just engaged, and they had some questions that I was a little bit surprised that they had these questions. Well, in a way I'm surprised, and in a way I'm not really surprised, but it has to do with money. It has to do with credit. They're a young couple. They're just starting out. They're engaged, although they have a baby, and they're both gainfully employed. The boyfriend is in school still, but has a full-time job, and they're making it work, and I think it's great. And they came to me the other day. Well, it was sort of brought up in conversation about how they wanted to build their credit. And they were looking at getting a couple of credit cards and wanted to know if I had any opinion as to what credit cards are best for building credit. I was kind of floored. I'm like, no credit cards are good at building credit. I mean, don't get credit cards if all you're looking to do is build credit. That's a bad idea. I don't know if it's just because maybe I'm a little bit older than they are, or I just sort of have this expectation that everybody kind of already knows that, you know, credit cards are mostly evil. But they actually thought that it would build their credit if they could get a credit card. And on the off chance that there's some of you out there that still believe this to be true, that's why I'm making this video. This video is not completely anti-credit card. I believe credit cards have a place, although it's much more limited than what we use them for. But you may not realize this, but you don't need to get a credit card to get credit. There's some rules out there that maybe not everybody knows about regarding how to get good credit to be reported on your behalf. You see, the three credit bureaus, the big ones out there, they make money by charging companies to report on you. And so the companies really are only going to spend money to report on you if it's in their best interest. And so a lot of companies out there don't report unless it's negative. And so it's sort of this looming threat to help keep you, the consumer, in line. So a couple of things out there. If you're looking to, quote unquote, build your credit, chances are you've already got credit. You just need to get it reported. And that's a lot easier than you think it is. So really all you need to do is look at, are you making any regular payments? Do you have any monthly payments? The first one that comes to mind is going to be a cell phone. Do you have a cell phone payment? Are you paying month to month for your cell phone? That's okay too. Basically, all you need to do is show documentation that you are making payments on a regular basis to somebody else. And you can actually take that documentation, mail it to the credit reporting agencies, and tell them, please put this on my credit report as it stands. And whether that be bank statements or whether that be a letter from your landlord, landlord rentals, you pay rent, that's credit. You can show that you have a good payment history on your credit report, and you just need a letter. Or if they're not willing to provide a letter, you can go get bank statements, redact all of the information that isn't pertinent to your making a rental payment, but make sure it's got your name clearly stated, it's got the date, and have it month by month. Highlight it, make it very clear to these people. Don't make them do any investigation whatsoever. Just write them a letter and say, enclosed, I have my cell phone bill, that I can show you that I've been making payments on time for the last 12 months. I've got my rental agreement, and I can show withdrawals from my bank account on time every month for the same amount. If you've got a personal loan with a family member or something like that, if you can show or get a letter from that other individual that you have been making steady on-time payments every month, get all that information together, get the documentation that kind of proves it so that you can see it on paper, highlight it, make it obvious, and then in a letter, tell them what you want them to do, and then make 3 copies of all of it, because you're going to send one to each of the 3 major credit bureaus: TransUnion, Equifax, and the other one, Experian. So get 3 of them, go to those websites so that you can get their mailing address and send it to them. It's not going to happen overnight. It's going to take anywhere between 30 and 60 days. But you know what? It's easy and it's free. It doesn't cost you anything. It costs you a stamp. Okay. So if you want good credit history, if you want to build your credit, don't go get a credit card. Just use the bills that you're already paying, whether that be, you know, your utility bill or your rent or, you know, your uncle's $1,000 that he loaned you for a car or something like that. I mean, whatever. It needs to be real. It can't be fraudulent. But put it together, show the documentation, and lo and behold, you're going to get a credit score based on the information that you've sent them. Now, if you don't have any credit at all, if you have 0 credit, and this is the first stuff that's going to get reported, it's going to be a good credit score. I mean, comparatively speaking, you know, I mean, you're not going to have, you know, years and years and years of history. But if you can get at least 12 months worth of history for some stuff, or 6 months, or whatever you have, it's going to be great. That's how you build your credit. Use what you already have. Please don't feel like you have to go get a credit card. It's a trap. It's not real. It's something that they would tell college students in the main area where they're giving away t-shirts and sunglasses just to get you to fill out a credit application. No, don't do it. There's a lot easier ways. So anyway, just thought I would throw that out there, because anybody who has gotten a credit card and found themselves all of a sudden with this credit card payment that they are now enslaved to, and they've had it for years, you realize credit cards are generally not a good idea. They're evil overall. But anyway. All right. Keep your eyes open. Thanks.